But we're starving, we are!
Those bastards are just stupidly following orders.
Forgive my boldness, noble stranger, but I cannot let you walk into certain death like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure of the customs in the free cities nowadays, but I wouldn't dream of entering Westerer's arm like that. And yet, as the smith labours day and night for us, it so happens that I sell the finest weapons. Blunt, cutting, perforating, you know what they say, my lord. Don't buy your blade until you know what you plan to stick it into.
Tell me more about perforating weapons.
An enemy full of holes is piercing weapon. Do you need more information?
Tell me...
Do you need more information? Do you need more information?
I have things to do.
Don't hesitate to come back and see me in the Merchant Square. And don't forget you'll be wanting armor after...
I heard this morning that the miller's colt was dead.
Aye, his mare is naught but skin and bones. Not even given.
on him and piss on his new tax. I've barely a groat left after the last tax.
We're all in the same mire, you know.
Are we supposed to believe they've got nothing to eat up in that castle?
Very nice robe you've got there. That must be, Lord. A groat for some food? Just a coin? One too many balls today?
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
I am Lord Reynold Sarwick's eldest son, and I am here to attend my father's funeral.
His eldest son? Do you take me for a fool? I have been at my post for more than 5 years, and I have never once seen your face.
It has been more than 5 years since I left Riverspring. Please call on Mr. Harwin. He knows of my arrival.
Well, we'll see about that, but I doubt he'll come here for you. The ceremony's about to start. John, go find Maester Harwin.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells! Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes peasants, dogs, and cravens who abandon their families.
Enough, Ryman. However long I was absent, this house is still mine.
How dare you? You disappeared without so much as a goodbye years ago, and now you return as if nothing happened.
The reasons for my exile are mine alone. I owe you no explanation.
I care about your reasons? It's your fault that Lord Sarwick is dead.
You've lost your head, cousin.
Your departure destroyed him. He was never the same again.
Your judgment is clouded, Ryman. I can smell the ale on your breath from here.
What? Stand back! I'll make you eat your words, priest!
Enough! Do you not think we have enough dead here?
Mr. Harwin?
Alistair, finally. I prayed for your return.
This traitor no longer has his place here, Maester Harwin. He abandoned his castle and his family.
7 gods! Get a hold of yourself, Ryman. I wrote to him to invite him to Lord Sarwick's funeral.
I prefer to leave than to hear more of this.
Alistair, what a relief it is to finally see you. I had help from my contacts in Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins. Riverspring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now. Come with me, Alistair. Let us speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things to get to this point?
You know, after you left, Lord Reynold changed. He began to live more and more in the past, and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so dark. Many of your father's vassals remain faithful to their oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg of you.
Hello, Red Priest. I am Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Alistair, why have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me of father's death. It was my duty to come.
15 years without any news. And he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult? To say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you. But I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to father. We will speak later.
May the stranger, the eternal outcast, now guide you to the Father,
his example.
and may he judge your fate.
Who is that man?
I believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared. He has certainly changed, but I recognize him.
How could you desecrate our father's body that way?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of R'hllor pay to the dead.
You may be a Red Priest, but you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Please, Eliana, listen. 15 years ago, the war that King Robert Baratheon fought, the very idea of returning to you was too painful. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester. What I regret the most, Eliana...
All these years, I must be alone for the moment.
Take your time, little sister.
Alistair, Maester Arwen would like to speak with you.
My thanks, Ravella.
I am not sure there is more to discuss between us, Alistair. I am sincerely... Unless you are truly ready to listen to me, it would be best that you leave.
I knew you to be less ardent, Ravella.
And I knew you to be more respectful. This ceremony was held under the Watch of the Seven, and you're...
I am sorry, Scepter. Can you not see that you and all the lost souls, your entire pantheon...
If you would listen to my... But in order to understand that, perhaps it would be better to worship a simple wood fire like...
The flame brings light and warmth.
No doubt other creatures share your beliefs. Like those whores, for example. I've seen one of your kind in action. Thoros of Myr.
To err is to be human. But the pleasures of the flesh are not altogether forbidden. And I myself have seen fat septons give them. However, I don't...
I've heard it.
I will not allow you to speak to me in this manner.
Forgive me, my lord.
Your fervor does you... You raised me, as you raised my brother and sister.
Of course.
I don't doubt it.
Alistair, please leave us. So, you're not too unsettled by the situation here?
I spoke to Eliana.
That's not surprising. She had toughened against the pain. But now that you are back,
I understand her anger.
you are not the sole cause of her unhappiness. She moved heaven and earth.
Our family has always served House Lannister with loyalty.
For 15 years your father refused to speak with them. The audience did not go well, and the Queen will only help us, so your sister worked. Riverspring has belonged to House Sarwick for generations. So, the Queen has chosen a man for your...
Who is it?
Valar, your father's bastard son, your half-brother.
He shares our blood. How can the Queen condone a marriage which goes against nature?
You realize that if Ilyana were to wed another lord, she would take her husband's name. Being a bastard, Valar has no family name. It was the only solution to keep Riverspring for House Sarwick.
Why choose Valar for a suitor? What does the Queen want?
From what I heard while accompanying your sister, I know that the Queen enjoys surrounding herself with... By giving him this gift, she...
But Valar was just a squire when he went off to war with me.
Seeing him return alone from the war, no matter how much Valar claimed to work for the prosperity, he cursed him and chased him away from Riverspring. Apparently, he spent several years...
A maester cannot...
He never became maester, but stopped at the rank of acolyte. He was then thrown out of the citadel several years. His reputation spread quickly, and royal ears heard. He moves in the shadows.
Valar. He has taken too much from me already.
There is something else of which I do not believe that your father's death was an accident.
Are you sure?
Believe me, Alistair, I know this subject. The Strangler is a difficult poison to detect, but it leaves certain traces that cannot be...
Did father have any ongoing conflict?
I am not certain.
Tell me.
This may overwhelm you.
Gawain. He was but a child when I left. Why?
Maester Harwin! The people are rebelling. Rioting has broken out throughout the town.
With all of this festering discontent, it was only a matter of time before this happened.
Why would the people rise up with such violence?
Well, the lords left the castle after the burial with their fine clothes and all, whereas the villagers are starving. All of this flaunted wealth must... Everything quickly erupted. They attacked the...
How did things get this far?
One man used this opportunity to unite the mob against... Some guards who hurried back from the marketplace mentioned he is organising a revolt.
Then that is where we must go.
Captain Ryman says that it's impossible. Our men are barely managing to keep... There are not enough of...
Where is Captain Ryman?
He is at the doors.
7 hells! If Ryman deals with it...
Riverspring has already suffered too much. I must join Ryman. Riverspring needs me. I will not watch our land fall into ruins without acting. I will do what...
I am sure you will.
We should be... Well, well, look who's here. Dear Alistair. What have you come for, my good cousin?
I hope you're thinking more clearly than you were earlier.
I have no lessons to learn from a coward.
Let's not start that again. Ryman, I did not come here to fight with you. What can you tell me of the situation here?
We've almost regained control of the southern part of town. My soldiers are about to clean it out. But in the marketplace, there are still skirmishes between rioters and people loyal to our cause. Nobles who came for the ceremony are still being held hostage by rebels on the docks in the northern part of town.
Very well. Let's go, Ryman. I want to see this for myself.
Really? His lordship would like to see this for himself? I cannot wait to see you reason with this gang of peasants. Here, take my flag.
Open!
You'll die of hunger! Have the gate opened, or we'll set fire to your cursed castle!
Calm down. There is no point in going to such extremes. I am aware that things are not going well here, but burning down the castle won't make things any better.
So, what do you suggest? We are starving!
As the son of the late Lord Sarwick, I will ensure that the castle's food reserves are distributed as soon as order has been returned.
The Sarwick's personal supplies? That just might do. Come along, men! Let's go home!
Open this gate. I'm going to town.
Understood.
Clive! Bloody lowborns! Many men of the Watch are dying today.
There are so many people, and they are so well organized. Too organized for a simple rebellion.
I'm sorry, my lord. Tyrek asked us to keep them here for as long as possible. Do not kill us. We beg of you.
I suppose it would be unfair to kill you for so little.
Ah, your leniency shall not be forgotten.
You've gotten us out of a bad situation, Captain. We'll join the others when we're ready.
Keep away. We're just returning the fate. The town is ours now. We hadn't planned on killing him, my lord. It was just to teach him a lesson.
I understand your anger, but I will not accept such behavior inside these walls.
The Father watches over you.
Captain, I knew I could count on you.
The fight is not over, my boy. Try to find some place where you can make yourself useful.